This is an invisible force prevents non-monks from getting past. I don't know what this is. What this is for, I don't know. All I know is we've got like a crafting bench here, basically. And crafting works like really weirdly here, thanks to the Nexus plugin, which I think is what handles skills and crafting and a lot of stuff like that. I don't know if it's like a publicly available plugin or if it's something they've had developed specifically for Lord of the Craft. I don't know. All I know is that's what they use. Now, actually, out here, right past the wall for the Cloud Temple, I don't know why it's past the wall instead of inside it, but there is a large, expansive graveyard. Yeah, the Fallen, D1519. Never forget the fallen sky gods. We've got a statue here of some kind of bird. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be an angel. In a certain someone's heart. I don't know what that means. But basically this central area here is different staff characters who've died. And I think the characters have died. I'm not entirely sure. We've got Sir Robin Drake the Bearded, Sir Mouse the Dead, Sir Tyrion the DJ, I Techify. That is a name I am somewhat familiar with. And Tyrion, of course. He was actually one of the first people to take a established character name from an outside source and bring it into the server before that was actually banned. That character, of course, being Tyrion Lannister from A Song of Ice and Fire or Game of Thrones. Sir Zombez the Undead, Mr. Zombez. He was actually the original leader of the Undead back in Aegis. We worked with him a couple times on some events. We have Sir Danny the Scot from Slothaid. Sir Xerxes the Pink. Sir Kai the Godfather, Fire Spirit 44. That is another person I am familiar with. I don't remember the character I am familiar with that he's played, but I do know that account. There's Sir Magroka, the Oil Prince, Sultan Magroka, who ran the Orcs back in Aegis. He was also a GM, I believe. We have Lady Lyrinia, the Breaker. I think actually like all of the people in here are fallen staff characters. I don't know. That or they were important in some way, because a lot of the people I know here were staff. Like Lady Shoy the Light. Shoy. She was actually also staff on Celestial Dreams for a short time during development. She didn't, unfortunately, stick around past launch, but she was there to help a bit with the development. Lady Serenity the Dark, Serenity Onyx. Lady Neko the Terror, Neko Danny. She was actually an admin at one point. She was a GM and then she was an admin, and at some point she left. I want to say she was also Dawn, but I could be wrong. But I do know Neko Danny was important in staff. Sir Cappy the Bread Knight, Sir Ritzy the Tree, Sir Viper the Dragon, Sir Frodimer the Nuclear. I think I may have already said that one. And of course, here we have the two previous owners / admins, Sir Availor the Wanderer. Yeah, the Wandering Wizard himself, Availor. And we have Sir Native the Bearded, Shift Native, who was the original leader of the Elves back in Aegis. I don't know if he's still involved. As far as I'm aware, Availor is not. But I don't know if Shift Native is actually still involved. And you've got different lots here for different realms and when they died. Unfortunately, Aegis you can get into, but not this way for some reason. They've got it blocked off. And that's obviously the one I'm most familiar with. But here we have Valor and Athera, 2015. There is, as far as I'm aware, there is nobody here that's died. As far as I'm aware, the shift to the Valor realm was just about a month ago, the future, 5.0 and on. So this is something that they definitely plan to bring with them into each realm and expand on. So here we have another empty one. But around here, I believe, is where you start seeing them again. And this, I think, is the Azalon area. And here are some more people that I'm familiar with. Zezimus, no. Wodehouse, no. Sir Wyvernus, Shadow Ninja. Sounds familiar, but I could be wrong. Seventh, Schwan, Savior Dude, Oceus, Lanadur, J-Roy 96, Gaius Marius 8, Freya. Crafted Lime sounds familiar, but I could be wrong again. I don't know. Count Juno 88, who I am very familiar with. That is my good friend Corey, who a lot of you may have known on the server as Sage Arcadius or Martin Benedict, or later simply I think just Juno. He actually is the only one of us who kind of kept coming back. He couldn't stay away for some reason until he finally got fed up with how toxic the staff was at the time. I don't know if that's still the situation. I've never been personally involved with the staff. I was kind of in the weird sort of staff, but sort of not area of being a player, being a leader of a player-run race, but not actually being on official staff. We have Chakri, Brett Dude 20, Blind Mind, a Wacky Penguin, and Alan the Great. And here we have Respiren, who is very familiar to me, but I can't quite figure out why. I'm not quite sure. Rose, Sinactra, the Red Ninja, Tiger Gamer. Both of those are very familiar as well. I think the Red Ninja... Is that Red Sky? I don't remember. I could be wrong. It could be somebody else. Forgive me if I'm confusing you for somebody else, Mr. Ninja. But Tiger Gamer is also another name that's familiar to me. I want to say it was somebody who was ascended at one point, but I could be wrong. I could be entirely wrong here. I think the years here is also like when they were staff, maybe. I don't know. At the least, it's when they were on the server. We have Peter, who is hashtag free the halfling. Very meta there, Peter. Lady Kakyu, Ivray, Charles Grimley, who I'm also somewhat familiar with. I want to say he ran the dwarves back in Aegis, but I don't think he was staff at that point. I'm not sure, but that is an account I'm familiar with. Milas Bungo, Architectus, Anorexic Hippo, who is also very familiar to me. I want to say that was just a Nor, who was somebody who was ascended for a short time, at least an initiate. I don't remember if he got drummed out or not. Golden GFX, who was Latzi. He was one of the few fallen ascended. Somebody who we really did not want to go along with that. We hated the idea of the fallen ascended. Basically people who were ascended and went through some of the initiations, but then basically fell to the dark side almost and kind of went off the beaten path and stopped being proper ascended. Stopped being good and so on. Here we have Omtraspectral and Rizu. These are two people I'm also very familiar with. Rizu is a very good friend of mine. That's Ryan. He is one of the original Ascended. He is also one of the original Sages. He is the Master Sage himself, who was a GM for a short while before we left the server. He is the one who pretty much made the whole Ascended thing happen. I may have wrote the lore. I may have been the master architect of the city, but he is the one who came up with the idea, hey, we're already kind of going off on our... Yeah, let's go off and do our own thing, and then let's buy this $200 package so that we can create our own player-led nation, because back then you could actually do that. Pay $200 to make your own player-led nation. I don't think that's an option anymore, but there was something you could do back then at the launch of the server. And then he was like, hey, they're talking to us. They kind of like what we're doing. Would you guys mind if we kind of not only made a nation, but created a whole new player race? Sure. Okay, let's talk to a Veiler, get it done, and they're already planning on dead, so let's take our ideas and make an ultimate evil race. So that's kind of how that happened. And then Omtraspectral here is the first green sage. Originally we started out, we were kind of just 4 sages, I think, then 5 and maybe 6. I think, yeah, we got to be 6 sages, but Omtraspectral, who was... I believe that was Sage Okonkwo. I could be wrong here. I don't know. I could be entirely wrong. I want to say Omtraspectral was Sage Okonkwo. Either that or Omtraspectral was actually the second green sage. But I don't know. I can't remember if we ever had 2 or 3 green sages. All I remember was Okonkwo was a GM at one point, and eventually he left the Ascended. He may have even just left the server, and we replaced him with Mayavel, who... is somebody who I count as a friend, though I haven't actually talked to her in a long time. Her name's Erica. And she, Corey, and I are the ones who kind of stuck with the whole Celestial Dreams project until we kind of realized it wasn't going to go anywhere. It happens sometimes, unfortunately. So anyways, we have Simpa Finn, Slayer 15855, The Danger Dan, who also sounds familiar, the Impulse HQ, who sounds familiar as well. And over here we've got Nair OG, Mr. Perea, J. Messerschmitt, Chevalier, Charlie 4VB. That also sounds familiar. Am I confusing him with Charles Grimley? I don't know. One of them ran the dwarves. I know that much. At one point, one of them ran the dwarves. Again, I could be wrong. We're talking about stuff that is information that's 4 years old here. So, anyways, Chad Stump, Axe95, and underscore ED Players, who I actually think I may have seen wandering the server. So I think this really is like just when they were staff. I don't know. But as you can see over here, yeah, the few who led. So anyways, we are actually in the Aegis area here, which you can get to, yeah, Ascalon. You can get to Aegis by going through this huge area. Yeah, Ascalon, this is Anthos, okay. So yeah, we're actually on the 5th map here. We're on Valor. There was Aegis, which was 1.0. Then we had Ascalon. Then, oh, I am completely blanking on that now. I am completely and utterly blanking on that. We have, no, back the other way. Yeah, it was Aegis, Ascalon, Anthos. Okay, Anthos. And I think that's the one that had Haven 2.0. I think they may have ended up calling it Sanctuary. I don't know. But the Ascended, I am very glad to see, have continued to persist. They have become a very integral part of the greater lore of Lord of the Craft. Not bad for a small player-made project that kind of continued on. And I don't know what this is over here. I don't know what that is supposed to be. These are special graves. I have no idea what they're for. Maybe they're the current sages, even if they still call them sages. I have no idea. The Ascended have changed so many times. So yeah, there was Aegis, Ascalon, Anthos, and then Athera, and now Valor, which is where we currently are. The creative. Oh, okay. This, I think, is the creative staff. I don't know. I don't know what this is about. There is nothing here that says who these people are or what they were doing. So yeah, that is the dedication graveyard, basically. So it's so interesting to see all these things. Now, there should be a small shrine somewhere around here that is dedicated to the build team, who I have to give props to. I don't know if it's the same build team from map to map or if they bring in new people or just completely refresh the team, but they did really well here, and I think this might actually be it. I don't know. Is there a way in here? Yeah, there's a way in here, but this is not the small shrine I was thinking of. This is just ruins. More ruins. Maybe this is the shrine. No, this is to buy lockpicks. Okay, I don't know where that shrine is. I'm pretty sure it's around here somewhere. So yeah, I swear, once we're finished exploring the Cloud Temple area, then we'll go to the... oh, maybe it's out this way. Yeah, then we'll go to the, whatchamacallit, the Resource Island and start mining, basically, is what we're going to have to do, because what are the skills? So yeah, these are all the different professions. Now, as you can see, I've done a little bit in lumberjacking and woodworking. That's how I got these things down here. But what I want to do is stonemason and maybe blacksmith. Those, I think, would be my main and secondary. And obviously, as a dwarf, I can be a miner to an extent as well. I can be, adequate in that, I think, is the max I can go without selecting it as a major profession. I don't know. This is actually where we just came from. I don't know why I'm going back this way. I'm getting all sorts of turned around here. I'm really wishing I had an in-game minimap. I don't know whether or not that is frowned upon, though. I know using X-ray texture packs and using the cave sections of minimaps, the cave abilities of minimaps, is frowned upon because it gives players an unfair advantage that others might not have. But I don't know about everybody else. So I don't know what is going on down here. What does this do? I don't know. But these are interesting fence gates. Anyways, I don't know what all that is about. Maybe they're like crab traps? I don't know. I don't know, but there's nothing going on. So let us get out of here a little. What's over here? Okay, that's back to the Cloud Temple. This is wagon to docks. So I kind of didn't really want to go here. I mean, that's the wagon that'll take us back to the docks, which is for fast traveling. But let's see, what else? There's just all these ruins around here. Compost any unwanted materials. We've got a ruined well here, which I do not want to go falling down because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get back out. So yeah, this here is the Cloud Temple market. So there is like all these different kinds of player-run shops, basically. I think they're all player-run. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong, but I think they're player-run. I don't know. Maybe they're actually server setup shops so that they can be a little bit of a money sink. I don't know. But over here we have basically a basic farm. Yeah, the monk ranch. This is basically where the monks get their food and everything. They even have a nice windmill. I love the thatch roof. They're using hay now. I love the fact that there is hay bales in the game, so you can have proper thatched roofs. Now, if only there were hay stairs. If only there were hay stair blocks, because then you could have good thatched roofs. Previously, if you wanted to have like a thatched roof, the best bet you had was using like wood to give the appearance of a thatched roof. You kind of got to use your imagination when it comes to Minecraft sometimes. But yeah, this is a stall for sale. So yeah, at least some of these are player-run shops. Maybe not all of them, but at least some of them are player-run. And that's good because there's a constant influx of money into the economy through new players, and I think there might be other ways to get them. Obviously, GMs can take money give people money for doing jobs or whatever. But I think you can get money killing monsters. I don't know. I don't know if you have to collect the materials they drop and sell those in a shop, or if you have to sell them amongst people, or what. Now I know somewhere around here there was a shrine to the builders. I don't remember where it was though, but I do remember seeing it. And it was rather neat. This I think is it. I think this is it. I'm certain this is it. So we may as well give them their due, because they really outdid themselves with this map. Yeah, disclaimer, this is an OOC area. To the few whom built our map, thank you to the map and Mr. Escobar for the terrain. So we have Giggles, Holy Map Renderer and Spawn Designer, the Man, Tyrannus, the Raver Scum, Arcantos, the Witcher, Lynxy, the Green, Mr. Green, the Doll, Lolita Doll, the Salisbury Doughboy, the Dank Ass, Mr. Matty of Z, the Rex, the Manatee, the Better Vaughn, the Calamute the Dragon. So it really is, it's nice to give them their due, because I do think they outdid themselves. A lot of the areas are very compact, and you won't see too many like extremely large buildings like this one here, where it's just one building. I mean, there are a few. There's a good few in every area, but it's not like overrun with them. But everything is extremely compact, and you'll see like all these fine details, which is something we kind of missed out on Celestial Dreams. We spent so much of our time creating these huge epic buildings that we kind of missed out on the finer details. But hey, it was just our first... It was kind of just our first map, and we kind of just didn't get to move on. So we got a impromptu... We've got an impromptu little RP session here. What can I do for you, good sir? Who is this? This is Jay Spencer. It's Alistair. Human male. Not clued. There we go. Yeah. I may not know much, but I do know this is the Cloud Temple. Well, more correctly, the area surrounding the Cloud Temple. I gotta eat. There we go. Yes, you're in the Cloud Temple. Where did you think you were? Apparently there's an official Lord of the Craft Minecraft account. That is interesting. I don't know. Oh, come on, Alistair. I hadn't a clue. I'd just been traveling all the other places in carts. Really? Wow. Oh, all over the place in carts. Hmm. There we go. Yeah, how can you not know the Cloud Temple? I know that. Trying to do RP and OOC at the same time, it's not going to work. What the hell is Night of a Forgotten Age doing? And this new temple is unlike what my old homes were like? I wouldn't know. I wonder if that's gonna, it didn't quite work. Yes, I'm doing great. Mm-hmm. Let's see how Alistair continues on. I'm trying to drag him into this. Ypres found me. I don't know how, but Ypres found me. Yeah, what about you, Ypres? Do you know where he can get a blade? Whoa, people just keep running through here. I don't know what's going on. Let's back up a little so I can get both of them in here. Okay. I just gotta remember, I don't know Alistair's name yet, actually. Okay. There's a cart to his left. What cart? What? There is no cart. Wait a second. What? Right. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like Alistair is just going off then. Let's see. I'm sorry I'm not talking so much. I'm focusing more on writing, so. Yes I am. Let's see. You wanting anything? There we go. Let's see. I gotta catch back on text. Yeah, not too much going on. Just Tando here. Ah, not found. Oh well. Let's see. As far as I can tell, Ypres hasn't said anything again yet. Sorry, Tando, I missed you, but like I was trying to say, come find me and we can roleplay. Like, whenever I'm on, just come find me. Let's see, Ypres, are you going to say anything? Nods blinking. Dwarves are usually a tad selective about miners, I believe. One moment. Oh, I was thinking about trying the public mines at the resource island, though. Might be able to get you able to mine in the Elven lands.